guys. So, I just kind of wanted to jump on this live real quick and give you guys a breakdown of what this channel is about because I get a lot of people who I think they don't understand or they confuse what I am doing on this channel, the podcast and everything. So, guys, this channel is not just for podcasting. So, I speak on other things other than a podcast. I like to share news updates and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like I be getting a lot of hate. And it's just it's so confusing to me because I don't even understand. Like, I don't get on here and I don't speak negative about people. I don't bash anyone. I mean, I bash criminals. I do bash criminals. And I do call out people when they wrong, and that's just about it. But for the most part, my podcast, we give out good information. People who come on my show, some of them come on there with issues. And I like to try to connect them to resources after I interviewed them. Or most of the time, I like to get people who are basically local heroes, but they don't get any recognition. I try to give them recognition on my podcast and to help put them out there and share some of their work and what they're doing in the community, what they're doing business wise. Because when you think about it, most people come to YouTube for self help, right? So, how can you help yourself, right? One way you can help yourself is by gaining knowledge. So, you gain knowledge through people, you gain knowledge through networking, you gain knowledge through research, and so many other things. So, I'm a one stop, like you gonna come over here, you gonna get some knowledge, you gonna get some entertainment, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna laugh. Some things that we talk about is gonna be emotional, some things that we talk about is gonna make you feel uncomfortable. But you have to remember, feeling uncomfortable sometimes leads to healing. Feeling uncomfortable sometimes leads to knowledge, it leads to education. And when we feel uncomfortable, that is a feeling of uh like I don't know about this. It makes you think about the things that you're feeling. And sometimes you want to trigger people to think. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to trigger people to think. And why do I want you guys to subscribe to my channel? I want you guys to subscribe to my channel because ultimately I want to touch everybody. I don't know what ways, what form you need to be touched, or whether the information that I'm giving can help you in your current situation, or whether you had a bad day and you just need a laugh. My castmates are wonderful people. One of the guys on the show, he is an IT professional, IT analyst, super smart. The other guy on the show, Shaka, he is a father, he is a caregiver, he is a rapper, he is, trying to grow his business. The young lady on the podcast, which these are all my co-hosts, Jazz, she is a mother, she is a wife, she's a wonderful person. Each one of these people who are on my podcast, I handpicked them for a reason. And it's because they've all been through something, and each one of them can relate to one of my viewers, one of the fans. So I chose this pot because this pot is mixed. This pot is supposed to connect to everyone who is usually left out of the gap. Usually, when you have podcasts, you have people who are they all have like one mindset, usually. Sometimes, not always. But we have different variety of personalities, different varieties of background. Like I said, be vast. He's a Republican, so he's gonna bring stuff from the Republican side of the view. Jazz is a Democrat. I don't have any association. I'm pretty much an independent. Shaka, I do not know his affiliation. I think he's just like, yo, whoever's gonna do right by America, or whoever's gonna do right by the people. Uh, we are people who really care about the people. You don't have to look like me for me to care about you. You don't have to look like B Vaz for him to care about you. You don't have to look like Jazz or Shaka. Your situation does not have to be just like ours. But what we try to do is we try to bring something different from the perspective of ourselves, one another, because like I said, we all think differently. We all have different backgrounds. We all had different upbringings. And I know there's someone out there who can relate to us. We have mothers out there, we have fathers out there. And on the podcast, often you'll hear us be encouraging to men. And the reason why, and some women get offended, I'm not gonna lie, most of my viewers are men. And the reason why I cater to the men viewers is because there are not enough advocates out there advocating for men. Men, we have men out there who are single fathers. We have men out there who are just trying to make it. And I always highlight, things like that about men because where's the help for men? When a woman gets pregnant, she has a baby, she can go get welfare. When a young man graduates college or graduates high school and he has to get out there in the real world and maybe he has a child, he does not have access to a lot of funds and a lot of resources out there that women have access to. So when you see some of my videos, women, don't take offense because I love you guys too. I'm always, always, always represent for the women, but I also have to be the voice for men. And that is just letting men know that they are cared about, that they are important, that they are loved, and they're special. And I do think that men need help out here. You hear us talk about child support often. We do talk about the child support thing and how to avoid traps of child support and how to make better decisions as men. I am not a man, but I can relate to a lot of things that the men go through. I am a woman, but I have a lot of brothers. I am literally the only girl. So I see my brothers go through things. I see my father go through things. So I can understand it from the male's perspective because I have family members who are males in my family going through some really crazy situations with child support or even just trying to get custody of their kids. My brother was in prison for like 18 years, got out, and he got custody of his son. And he did not get any type of assistance. And he needed that help. But there was nothing out there, really, no resources, to really help him. And then him having a criminal background, that didn't help. But that man was reformed. He got out and took care of his seed. People don't share those stories about men. We always hear them talk about women and how we're superheroes and this and this and that. And we are. We are. That is true. But we are the backbone for our men. So we have to step up for our men. And we can't just always be in the shadows. We have to stand up for what's right and speak up and let people know that just because you're a man, you're not expected to always have it together. The men struggle just like women. They struggle with a lot of things. But because of their gender, it is expected that they wear that S on their chest, put that cape on, and act like nothing is bothering them. But that's one of the things that we talk about on the podcast often. That's one of the things I like to share with people and topics that I like to get into. But another thing that we really, really love to get into is our nerd stuff. Like, listen, I am a huge anime fan. BVAS711, huge anime fan. Shaka, huge anime fan. We this podcasting network, because this is what it is. It's a podcasting network. So we'll have different perspectives every time you see us. So this is why you should tune in. This is why you should subscribe. Because I'm getting too excited. I get too excited. I can't enunciate. But this is why you should subscribe, because we are the people. We understand. We are not a bunch of people on here who get on here to be fake. We try to share our lives with you guys. We want you guys to call in, because you can call in. You can get in the chats. And when you get in the chats, we pull you up when we're streaming. When we're streaming, we'll add your comment to the live and we'll respond to your comments. Or if you want to call in, you can call in, say whatever you feel, whether you disagree, whether you agree. We would never try to silence anyone. It is your prerogative. We definitely believe in freedom of speech over here on our podcast. If you check out one of our episodes, which is cancel culture, we speak a lot about the cancel culture on here because it's something that we don't agree with is canceling people's voices and shutting people up. No, it's your voice. It should be heard, whether I agree with it, whether your family agree with it, whether the government agrees with it. It's your voice. It should definitely be heard. But I would love for you guys, if you come across this video, when you come across it, because it will pop up on your timeline, Take your time and subscribe. Give me a chance. Give this channel a chance. I promise you, you will be entertained. You will learn something. You will have fun. You guys will keep coming back because we're going to make you laugh. I promise you, some of the stuff that the guys say on there be crazy. It be crazy, but they're the most loving, caring, and just genuine people that I know. And I've known my co-host B Vaz for some years, since third grade. I've known that man since the third grade, and I can speak to his characters. If you me hear him speak, he is well educated. He is a good person all around. He's a veteran, a retired veteran. He's a father. He's a student, and he's an amazing person all around. I have a lot of good things to say about everyone on that podcast. And if you give this podcast a chance, I know that you guys are going to have you a favorite. And that's okay. You can have you a favorite. Sound off in the comments of who your favorite person is on the podcast. That way we can give them their segments for them to shine. And guys, again, please subscribe to the channel because I have so much knowledge that I want to give. I have so much energy that I want to pump out. And I just want to have everyone have a great experience over here. Not everyone is going to agree with me, like I said, but I want you guys to be able to come over here and laugh, enjoy yourself, share me with your friends, share my other friends with your friends. But anyways, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to get on here and let you guys know this channel is not a channel where you're going to find one thing. You're going to find a lot of love, a lot of laughter, a lot of entertaining. Some days you might find some sad stories, uplifting stories, some how to. Like I said, Brandon is a tech analyst. So if you need information, maybe he can help solve them. My girl Jazz does nails. If you need some tips on how to do nails, maybe I got a lot of resources as far as knowledge and people who know how to do things. And I like to try to bring them on. And I always try to bring the underdogs on so you guys can see that even if you are the underdog, you can win. You can win. Right now, I'm the underdog. People don't like me right now. And I haven't done anything to anyone but try to exist and create something that has been brewing in my spirit and in my soul for a long time. But that's all I got for you guys. Have a beautiful day. Be blessed. Enjoy this warm weather if you're in the South like myself. And if you're up north, I'm so sorry. Bye, guys.